This recorded at Spotify Studio in LA. Yo, for real, this is like dream right here.
Is it?
I swear to God, like the reason I wanted you guys on the pod was y'all are the reason we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
I swear to God,
for real.
no,
for
like
real.
for real.
How old were you guys when you guys first saw our stuff?
So my babysitter watched Tim.
Yeah.
So I think she was the first one to put me on to like Asian YouTube at the time.
Wait, how old were you when you were getting babysat?
I was like, yo, I think it was like grade 1, grade 2.
Sheesh, that's
Wow.
like 7.
Yeah,
Like
like
a
7,
baby.
something like that.
And your babysitter was sharing his content with you?
No, she would watch it. She would watch it, and then like I would watch it too, cause like,
Yeah.
oh shit,
And
I'm just watching what
cracking
she's
up.
watching, right?
Yeah.
And then as I grew older, I started watching you guys all the time, and of course like Ryan Higa. Yo, Asians ran YouTube for a
Facts.
long
We
time.
did,
Yeah,
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 we did.
But the whiteys took over.
Goddamn
whiteys! Goddamn whiteys!
And that was like almost an empire, and then I kind of missed that, right? I kind of missed that, and right now there definitely is a lot of Asian creators, but it doesn't seem as so prominent.
It's not
I guess.
connected.
It's not.
This
as
is what I
Yeah.
miss. Is back in the day when we first started, everyone knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone did shows together. So when a bunch of the Asian schools, I mean the universities, like the Asian clubs,
Yeah.
Chinese club, Asian club, whatever, they would invite us, and then randomly it would be like, oh shit, Tim's here, or
Yeah.
like Ryan's here,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Like other people are there, and it was just
It's a community.
It felt like a community. Now it's like there's like isolated groups, and
Yeah.
of course when you're getting hella busy, and then college money ain't good enough or whatever, like they're not gonna do the shows.
Yeah.
And it was the perfect storm because back then it was every college show was a variety show.
Mm-hmm.
So literally like musicians, rappers, like comedians,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all of us would be on the same show.
Yeah.
But I think now maybe like, I don't know, each genre grew big. So if it's just going to be a music thing, it might be a few select.
It like niched out.
Yeah,
niched out.
I hate
Niched out.
What you think about it is I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of us back then. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big part of why I think we got as much support as we did in the beginning. And then we were always kind of like, yo, we need to support each other. Literally,
Yeah.
these fools, like, in the beginning, I saw them doing their thing, and I hit them up. I'm like, yo, y'all should come eat at my family's restaurant.
That's
Just
fire.
so we could be like, yo, let's connect. Let's
Yeah.
talk about how we can work together, shit like that. Now I'm like, who the fuck are these Asians? I'm like, I saw y'all on my For You page. I'm like, who are these two? Who are these little young bucks?
I do remember like when we
You
first
seen us
started.
before?
No, when we first started, we were like, yeah, Asians, go pursue your dreams.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I started seeing Asians pursuing their dreams, and I was like, yo, you guys can stop pursuing your dreams. It's saturating the market. Like, you guys are taking our jobs, and nobody knows who we are anymore. Now we got these two, and I'm like, motherfucker, dude.
We're joking, of course.
Yeah, of course,
of course.
It's all love always. But I have a question. I have a question for you guys. Like, who inspired you to start? Like,
Yeah.
who inspired y'all to start?
Who are you guys looking up
Not
to?
having us. So
100%.
like
okay.
one of our inspirations was how come all the Asian comedians are fucking not funny. Bobby Lee was funny. He
Bobby
was funny,
Lee, yeah, we got Bobby Lee.
But I actually knew him more for comedic acting because of Matt TV.
TV,
Oh,
and then
true.
I actually went to a stand-up show and I was like, whoa, this guy's crazy, right? And then I did this all on Tiger Belly too, where I printed out the picture we took back in the day, and I'm all like, dude, that was us.
Damn, what a groupie.
Right, I know. And I'm like, no, I'm on your show, right?
Yeah.
But there was, I think back then, when they did their circuit, a lot of Asians weren't coming out to the show. So they had to do it for mainstream America. So their jokes had to be self-deprecating. Their jokes had to be like something that white, black, Mexican can understand and go, that shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
So when we were growing up, we're like, how come we don't have an In Living Color or like a Mad TV that's like Asian style?
true, yeah.
And then that's when we started creating content that was for us, you know?
Because we tried to get the Avengers today. Like, I think we also invited Feng Bros. They're in New York, though.
Right,
We
right.
tried to get the Ryan Higa. He's too busy, but I'm glad we
And
got
he's-
you guys.
He's in Vegas.
Yeah,
too.
he's in Vegas, too, yeah.
Because you guys got the most free and not busy Asians from the old school.
No, but this is our perfect.
Yo,
this is perfect.
Y'all are the ones we really,
Yeah.
really wanted.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, so I've been turning down a lot of people because wifey just had a baby.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like,
Congratulations,
thank
bro.
you, thank you, bro. And I'm like, I've been telling people, like, honestly, like, if it's not for a bag, like, I'm not leaving the house. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if this is like the crazy time, all the baby's doing is like sleeping and shitting, like chilling. He's at my 2-year-old is super hyper. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. But when I seen the DM from you guys, And you guys wrote a very nice paragraph, be like, yo, you know, we look up to you, blah, blah, blah. And like, we're trying to get the, you know, the Avengers, whatever together.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, man, like, I feel like I should support the young booties coming up.
Real.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real.
I appreciated the love. I appreciated that y'all showed love and like, and kind of like bigged us up, you know. And I was like, man, all right. And like, let me get some of this young clout.
That's true. Like, it works both ways too, right? And that's one thing I don't want people to forget is to forget our OGs, forget like where it all started from, because deadass, y'all really started it.
Yeah. I mean, like when we first started, like I think the whole first generation of tubers,
Yeah.
like there was like the whole Asian community, and then we would have like our fellow like black YouTubers, white YouTubers, and like Hispanic YouTubers, right? And then they would see us like, man, that shit's so dope. You guys have these college shows that you guys all get to go to, and they don't have those shows that they get booked at.
Yeah.
But then I would tell them, I'm like, but you guys got other people passing down the torch. You got Denzel passing it down to whoever. You got rappers passing it down to whoever, right? I'm like, who do I have? Fucking Jackie Chan doesn't even speak English.
Manny Pacquiao.
So literally, our generation, we're the first to be able to pass it down to someone.
Yeah.
So like I'm like him, like I'm busy now, I got a kid, and I usually say no to everything. But if it has to do with the Asian community, then I'm always down for it.
Yeah, bro, that's it.
Unless they're fucking corny. I don't like the corny.
Y'all think we're corny? I'm not gonna lie.
No.
We could look corny.
No, let me tell you. I think somebody sent me a clip of y'all, one of your TikToks, because you guys were talking about the Ninja Turtles, and then I fuck with Ninja Turtles.
you messed with the
So I was
Ninja
like, oh, okay. I was like, hey, I see these guys. I see these. Okay, cool. So of course I had seen the y'all were always on my For You page on TikTok,
Because
like,
we're just
all
going
the time.
viral. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, when we
Wow.
first started, we didn't think it was gonna be this big from the start.
Yeah.
First episode viral. Second episode viral. I'm like, holy
Word.
shit! Like,
What got you guys started?
so what got us
From
started?
your first episode, you went viral.
No,
Yeah.
I think it was second because our first.
That's
it
still
was
good,
first?
bro.
The first
You
one.
know how many videos we took before we got viral?
No, but
Still
it's
trying to go viral. You know what I mean?
Because I think we have so much more accessibility because we have freaking TikTok
TikTok,
now.
yeah, TikTok
it's
was
different.
big.
The social media game is so different. I feel like it's easier,
Right.
especially for like new people to come up. And we're just so blessed at the right timing because quarantine happened and we weren't doing shit.
Yeah, we were
You know what I mean?
bored.
I was in school. I was in business management. I was gonna become an entrepreneur. I'm like, fuck, I'm doing all this work, and it didn't feel like it's really my passion. So I'm like, okay, I got into streetwear and I had my own streetwear brand.
Okay.
So when I started that, I had to rely on paying money to influencers to promo me, right? So I'm like, fuck, I don't want to keep paying money to influencers. Why don't I just become the influencer?
Right.
And there was always a dream of mine watching y'all growing up, you know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. What am I good at? I guess I like talking. First episode, boom, I think I said like a ghost story.
Okay.
And that shit went viral.
A word.
It just came up naturally. Like, I just talked about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And then he just hypes me up all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's perfect.
So the
bro.
dynamic was there still.
Are your
Yeah.
ghost stories real?
Ghost stories real.
Yeah.
You want to hear
Taking
one?
these notes.
Wait,
Ghost
what kind of
story.
Asian are you guys?
Filipino.
Filipino.
All
Yeah.
right. I was gonna say Filipinos always got ghost stories.
Yo, Filipinos do have ghost stories.
y'all so spooky.
What's a Filipino ghost? Are they like putang ina boo? Do they come out and say shit like that? Like, I will fucking box you.
Yeah, shit. You tell me.
Y'all have any ghost stories actually?
You probably seen one in Hawaii.
Yeah.
No, I want to know a Filipino ghost.
A
Tell us
Filipino
about a
Yeah.
Filipino
Oh,
ghost
really?
story,
You know
dog.
what?
Ghost,
Filipino
tell me
ghost,
the
yeah.
time that it felt the most real.
Okay.
I don't want to hear no fucking leaves blowing in the
Yeah.
wind.
No. This shit
I
is
want to
fucked.
leave here
Yeah.
feeling like I'm gonna get haunted.
Okay,
Yeah.
bet.
Ready? I have proof too.
Okay,
I have a
okay,
picture.
okay,
So check this
all
out.
right, all right.
So in Toronto, one year we had a crazy ice storm. Craziest ice storm ever. It was on the news and
Isn't
everything.
that every year?
No. This one was different.
This one was bare cold, fam.
This one was different.
All right.
So my aunt, my tita, she's a photographer, and she takes like pictures of flowers and stuff. But during the ice storm, she zoomed in super close on this like icicle on a tree branch.
Okay.
Right, super close with like a macro lens. She took a picture of it, and what she saw was a face of a woman. Like clear as day, and the face, it actually looked like almost Asian, like an Asian woman.
Oh
On
god.
the flower or in the icicle?
In the icicle
Like
itself.
the reflection?
In the I'm gonna show you the picture.
Oh please do. Yeah.
But what's crazy, right? Leading up to that,
Yeah.
we already know she has like a sixth sense because as a child she would see like certain things, even in the Philippines.
You can't keep her around, man.
Yeah,
No, you gotta keep people like us around.
Yeah. So they can see all the
Yeah,
all the
so-
spookies.
yeah, she has a lot of stories of those. Like she's super sensitive to spirits. Now, leading up to that, she had nightmares, and she would see this exact woman,
Oh God.
the same woman
Oh,
that's
the
in the
chills
icicle. I'm gonna show you the
Yeah,
picture.
show me.
Yeah, show us the
picture.
picture.
bro.
And then swipe right and show us the dick pic.
He's gonna
show us the dick pic with the face.
He's gonna get
Yo,
him.
imagine you send a dick pic to a girl. She's like, "Yo, what is that spirit I see?"
Why is there an Asian lady on her penis?
That's a veiny demon.
Hold up, I gotta pull it up. I showed this picture to almost everybody I know, bro.
Yeah.
I think this is the first one that like people were like questioning us, like,
They're
"Yo,
like,
is this
what?
actually real?" Like, and that's
In-
where we went
In
viral.
my family, or maybe this is a Chinese thing, but in Chinese, it's like the ghost sensor is usually the dog.
No
Yeah,
word.
so like if everyone's just chilling, everything's cool, and then you just got a dog
Yeah.
it's going
Yeah.
crazy, like then it's like, oh shit, is there like a ghost around
Something
here? 'Cause
around.
They can sense.
I think like cats too, like
Yeah.
just animals in general. Like maybe they're hypersensitive to that.
You got the picture?
I have the picture. You ready?
Show.
All right, this is not Photoshop.
Okay.
What am I looking
I swear to
at?
God, it's not Photoshop.
way.
That's
the
real. I
fuck
swear to
up,
God.
What am
bro.
I looking at?
Look at this fucking face. Shut the
No,
the
no
fuck
lie.
up.
Oh my
No lie.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
I swear to God, that's not Photoshop. Nothing,
Yo,
bro.
that looks just like my mom. That's literally my mom.
Why is your aunt taking pictures of shit like
No, it just popped up.
Wait.
It just popped up.
What am I looking at?
a fucking
so do you
face?
see the face?
dude?
No, but what's that orange
So
thing?
no, it's like a
An
leaf.
orange sperm.
No. It's like a. So look, you can see it's a branch. No, it's not even a branch, bro. It's so small. It's one of those like little,
That's fucking scary.
like a pussy willow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
And then it's super zoomed in.
Oh,
This is
hell
with a
no.
macro lens, bro.
Can I give you some science though?
What?
That's the reflection of your aunt.
No, bro. She's
His
holding
aunt
the
doesn't
camera
look
like
like-
this.
His
fam.
aunt's Japanese.
Oh, no, I don't know.
His aunt ain't Japanese with the white face.
So check
That's
this,
crazy.
check this
Yeah.
out, right? So she brought it to a psychic.
Oh.
She brought it to a psychic, like a medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she told her, yo, like, there's multiple spirits in this picture, not just one.
Oh God.
So I couldn't see
There's more than one.
She tried showing me more, and I couldn't really see it myself.
Why are they trapped in the ice?
They should make this the fucking bot validator. Like, how many faces do you see?
And why did she go to a medium and not a large psychic though? Because you gotta go to the ones with the large, the big ones that all the
large psychic.
all the powers.
Yo.
Yeah, but apparently there's like a dog spirit in there. There's a baby,
I
and
want
then
a
there's
dog
like a
spirit.
man,
That's
right?
cool.
Were
What?
they killed by the cold and it's captured into the icicle?
Well,
or-
we don't know. So my theory is that because it's Canada, right?
Yeah.
So that's native land,
Mm.
and
But
what
she's
the
Japanese, clearly though.
we don't
but
know.
the native
We don't
people
know
came from
because
Asia.
natives have
She
Asian
might.
eyes too,
She
bro.
looks like Inuit, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
She does look like she's into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys know the theory why we have like small eyes?
Sandstorms.
Yeah.
Yes.
You knew about that?
Yeah, like Gobi Desert or some shit,
Fuck
right?
yeah, and I can I could confirm because I was on my moped the other day. Rain was pouring down like motherfucking crazy, right? And I was like squinting like this, and I can still see, and I'm all like, oh, "This is why."
You stupid.
I'm so grateful to be
Can you
Asian.
imagine- yeah, can you imagine being like a fucking Mongolian raider, and you're just on the horse and just like I'm about to
And then
make them
she's like
pillage.
going your
Yeah,
eyes.
she's like,
Yeah, and
going
it's
your
just like.
I do believe in spirits and shit though. Like, and I do believe like babies and pets can kind of see things. So whenever I be holding the baby at night trying to rock her to sleep or him to sleep now, whenever they do like a
Oh
when
shit.
their eyes
no,
like
no.
wander, I go, stop playing, man. chill. I'm like, what do you see right now? Relax.
Yeah.
Close her eyes. We're like, I'm not trying to mess with that.
I never had a close encounter like
Never.
that.
Nah.
Have-
My
have
lady
you?
she sees ghosts
Word?
all the time. Yeah.
Like in front of you, like
No, she tells me. So one time we were at the Luxor in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And we got
She saw Pharaoh?
no
Mummy?
Funny though. Her mummy comes out.
The body exhibit?
She told me after we had some passionate lovemaking. She was like, I was scared shitless, and I'm like, why? There was a dark figure watching us the whole time.
Oh shit! Jerking off in the
Yeah,
corner.
Probably.
How come she didn't tell you?
I know.
During.
Maybe that's her kink. Just
Yeah,
a ghost.
exactly.
Ghost
Yeah.
watching.
She doesn't. Maybe she said she sees them all the time. The weirdest one was we were by the projects one time driving by, and then she goes, "Oh my god, there's a lot." And I was like, "What if there's like a lot of like murders that happen,
Yeah.
gang violence, whatever, and then they're just there?"
Do you think it's because she's a ginger and she doesn't have a soul that other souls are trying to come into her
Probably.
body?
They're trying to go inside.
No, but
She got that indigenous white power, you know.
I talked to an old man on a plane one time.
Yeah.
And he used to tell me he saw spirits all the time. Like, he used to say to the point where it would get annoying. Like, he'd have to be like, please, leave me alone. Because they were like, oh, he said he would be driving through intersections where maybe somebody got into a car accident and died. And then he'd be at the red light trying to chill. And they'd be like, oh, you can see me. You can see me. Hi. And he'd be like, no. And he'd just drive off.
That's
Because he did not feel like talking to them. You know what I'm saying?
The closest I thought I would say is so we went to Germany, me and Gio, my wife, maybe like a few years ago, like 2018 or something, 2019.
Okay.
And we visited a concentration camp.
Yeah.
And because you know what happened there, the minute we walked in, like it just felt cold and wet and dark. And I had like this crazy like goosebumps and like, you know, the hair on the back of your neck just stands up. And as you're just walking around that place, it just feels like, man, this place ain't right.
There's definitely a vibe to
Yeah, there's
things,
a vibe,
right?
yeah.
Like, I bet you some place that had murders in it, you'll feel something.
Yeah.
Maybe if a soul's not finished, that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe ghosts are just souls that get trapped there because fuck, they weren't ready. They're,
Yeah,
like,
they got
staying
unresolved
back.
business. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I remember seeing that vlog when you guys, after the concentration camp, you guys were like just staring at
you
the
saw the
camp.
vlog?
Yeah, and you guys were like you guys were shocked, like you didn't know what to see. And
I
stuff.
didn't know a place could like make me feel like
Yeah.
that, you know? Because it's different when reading it in like history books or whatever, but going there and then you're just like, oh, shit's fucking crazy.
No, because a spirit actually affects my family. So in the Philippines, my aunt lives under her house is a healer, like a little goblin type thing
she need to
in the
move,
Philippines. So
What y'all call that in Tagalog?
I don't know.
What do we call it again?
I don't know. We just call it healer. That's what. That's what they
Okay.
say. But then the healer loved my aunt, right? And so she didn't like him back. It was like some kind of drama thing, and she moved to Canada. So the healer told her, before you go, if you don't fall in love with me, I'm gonna set a curse on your family,
What
right?
a simp.
So
Yeah,
Facts.
incel ass ghost.
So
Punk-ass
my aunt and my uncle now, who are married, my uncle was super like he athletic, like he did all these things, like he runs marathons.
Yeah.
Now, in a wheelchair randomly.
No.
In a wheelchair, he can barely like get out words.
He ain't a healer. He's a damager, dude.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Yeah.
But he has that
Fuck
capacity
that
to do
guy.
that shit though.
Wow. And
So-
you don't know the medical reason or
No, we don't. There's like none. It's
So this
definitely that guy.
this Filipino healer, this is like something that's like known amongst like that's just something y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This is prominent everywhere. I don't know if it's the same as a Reiki. It might be, but like they do like energy healing. You know the crystals and shit.
Yeah.
You guys believe in that?
Hell no, bro. But what I do believe in I believe the placebo effect. So I believe that humans are their imagination so good that they can make anything real. So if let's say like the healer, right? If you believe that the healer can put a curse on you, then it could stress you out to the point where you become sick.
Yeah.
So then that's kind of what I believe, but I don't know.
My mom has all kinds of fucking healer like
She knows a time traveler.
X-Men
Word?
homies, yeah.
Time
Because my
traveler.
mom like all her homies fucking this one got special powers, this one can see the world, this one whatever, right? The one that's the trippiest, because like I call all that shit out all the time and I don't believe any of that stuff. But the one that's the trippiest, she has this one homegirl that I think does people's taxes, but also sees
On the
her,
side.
but also sees her future.
TurboTax business. TurboTax.
All in one
convenient,
building.
huh?
All
How
in one building.
Yeah, she's like, you about to get audited. Combo.
TurboTax.
So she's like this feng shui expert.
Oh, yeah.
And what's trippy about her is when every time like I move into a new place or get a new house, my mom wants to get the place blessed. So I left my mom for the first time when I was, I think, 16. I got kicked out of school. I ended up living with my dad. And then so my mom wanted to see if that place would be good for me.
Yeah.
And then so we go there, and this lady's in Diamond Bar, which is like a city in LA. You tell her the address, and she just starts like sketching.
Ugh.
Like she just starts sketching the house. Yeah. She sketched the house. You know my dad's house, right?
Yeah.
Starts sketching the house. And then she's like, okay, so there's a parking space here on the right. Someone parks here. And she starts sketching, and she sketched the upstairs room. Like, okay, there's a bedroom here. There's a master bedroom here. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then she was like, oh, wait. Oh, there's a light right here. No. And that light is out all the time.
What?
And it is. You know how there's that little grass area?
Yeah.
It's
Damn.
out. She goes, you have to put a light bulb there. So that's one of the times where I was like, oh shit.
And she would have never seen it.
No, but my mom is also dumb. So she's one of those people that leaks secrets without knowing. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like she'll be like, "Hey, can you help me? So my son got arrested like 5 times. He really needs her help." And then the person will be like, "I have a feeling your son gets in a lot of trouble." I knew it. I knew it. You know what I mean? So my mom's like that too.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if my mom
fed her all that information.
Yeah, she probably like printed out fucking Google Maps. Like, can you look at this house and see if you can bless it? So she
got the blueprints.
She already memorized it.
She might have even visited one day. That light bulb's always out, dude.
Yeah, because I've seen my mom interact with these people,
Yeah.
and I'm like, my mom's the perfect sucker because she gives the secrets, and then when the other person just regurgitates, she's like, "Oh my god, it's so real."
Yeah.
I high key like I do believe in especially old Asian psychics. I do because like one time, bro, I probably told y'all this on JK one time, but never told y'all this. So when I was like a kid in Thailand, like probably 5 years old, my mom used to get massages from this masseuse / psychic.
It's always on the side.
They need
Always
a
on the
side hustle,
side.
right?
On the side,
And
bro.
this woman,
Like, if you're so good, how come you don't just have one gig?
yeah, what the fuck? No one's paying. No one believes her yet.
Yeah.
So this woman, I was either 5 or 6. I don't know. I forget. I was young though. She grabbed my arm and she's like, he's gonna get into a big accident when he's 15. And I was like, and I remember I was probably like 8. Okay, maybe 8 because I was in Thailand when I was 4 and I was 8. But anyways, and I remember thinking, impossible because I'm gonna be famous one day, right? As a little kid, I was like,
What's that have to do with it?
no, because I remember thinking her prediction doesn't make sense. I'm gonna be famous. I'm not gonna get no accident.
Yeah.
So when I was fucking 15, I totaled my dad's car. But I didn't make that connection until like a year later, and I was like, oh shit! That psychic lady said I was gonna get into an accident. I didn't get hurt at all, and that's not what she said. She didn't say I was gonna get hurt. She said I was gonna get into an accident, and I was like, whoa, she was right. Or maybe it was subconsciously in my head, and I was thinking about it without knowing it. And I was like,
Manifested it.
who knows?
Manifested it.
You manifested it.
Who knows, man? But I do believe.
Why do you think Asians are so superstitious like that, though?
Because they don't have logic and reason in the culture, bro. No one believes in science. You ever try to talk to an Asian adult? If they'll hear a rumor, a newspaper article, something that they heard from a cousin, it's all facts to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
Facebook
separate
posts?
any of that shit. And I'm just like, bro, like, come on, man. You got to believe some stuff and make sure it's credible. And they're like, my uncle is credible.
Yo, my Lolas, they always send me, you know those like chain messages?
Yeah.
Like, the Lord will keep you away from heaven if you don't send this to 5 people. I get those all the time, bro.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, yeah, the WhatsApp. It has to be on WhatsApp.
Exactly.
Yeah, Asian parents don't really know how to text, man. It's like they beg me for pictures of my kids, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll send all these pictures, and I expect them to be like, "Oh, thank you, so cute, whatever." I'll send like 10 pictures of Veda, and then my mom will send me a video of like Thai monks singing. I'm like, "Can you? This is not how texts work, mom. You got to give me some back and forth
reaction.
please, something, right?" And I'll be like. So what you think, Dad? You beg me for these pictures. You gotta give me some feedback. He'd be like, we love her. I'm like, okay, that's not how this shit works.
Do they write like it's an email? Like, hi, son. And then they write, and then they put sincerely.
Regards.
I'm trying to tell my dad to stop saying okay, period, because I'm trying to tell him that sounds like you're depressed or you're angry.
Yo,
I'm
my
like,
mom does that too.
yeah. Like, how are you guys today? Okay. Period.
Or the dot.
My mom
Oh
dots
my
all
God,
day. I'm like, what's wrong? Are you okay? What's on your mind?
So if they all text that way in their generation, maybe they think we're weird.
Yeah, maybe.
We're
Maybe, yeah,
grammatically incorrect.
Yeah. Like, why is he sending me so much exclamation points?
So right now, the economy has been a roller coaster and no one knows what the future holds. And I know a lot of you guys have your own businesses, and to keep your business striving, you need to find ways to save money without cutting corners. So when it comes to saving money as a small business owner, every little bit helps. ShipStation gives you access to discounts up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates, and you can manage every order from one simple to use dashboard. So I run a business and ShipStation helps me manage all my orders at once. Some things I like is the quick and easy setup. It also saves me a lot of money on shipping since I was paying a lot more before I used ShipStation. So for all of you guys who have your own business, if you guys were on the fence, it is now time to try ShipStation. ShipStation hooks you up with industry-leading discounts so you'll never worry about overpaying for shipping. You guys get 84% off USPS and UPS rates, and if that's not enough, use our promo code to try ShipStation free for 2 months. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation, and 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. So with ShipStation, all your shipping is handled in one single dashboard. ShipStation effortlessly integrates everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more. You guys can manage every order from one simple dashboard, automate routine shipping tasks, print shipping labels, easily compare rates and delivery times to optimize every shipment, and automate delivery notifications. So worry less about the bottom line when you save money with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use promo code JUMPERS today and sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code JUMPERS, JUMPERS.
Oh, so you're really big on manifestation then, because you're saying like from a kid you already knew you were gonna be famous.
Yeah. I didn't. It wasn't manifestation. It was facts, dog. I just knew it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a belief. I just knew. But yeah.
So what got you into that though? Like as a kid, just confidence straight off the bat, or?
Well, I mean, when I was like young, and I really kind of felt like I was really. Let's see, how old was I when that psychic touched me?
She straight up held you like that?
She grabbed my wrist. Yeah.
That's how you know it was real.
So for me to be thinking those thoughts, maybe I wasn't 8, because I went to Thailand when I was 4, 8, and 12. So it might have been 12, right? When I was thinking.
4 years like that?
That's just, my parents had to save up for trips to Thailand and shit. So I'm thinking by 12, I was thinking I wanted to pursue the entertainment stuff, and I just kind of always knew that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Once I would like be in school, I would be in school doing like little school plays and stuff like that, and just always trying to entertain people. And I always thought like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, right? And I was like, whenever people would ask me, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to be? I'd be like, I want to be famous. I want to be an actor. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this is part of the plan, because I feel like people will be like, oh, I want to be a doctor, so they know what they have to do to become a doctor. I'm like, okay, well, this is my plan. I'm gonna do this and this and that to reach this ultimate goal. You know?
Yeah.
So that was always just in my head.
Was there ever like an alternate dimension, Tim? Like you could think back, oh fuck, I could have went down this path instead.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there was a point where I wanted to be like an animator. I like to draw and shit. There was a point where I wanted to like design and animate for Disney. So
It's never too late, bro.
I mean, never too late. Who knows, man? These YouTube views are kind of so.
You still draw?
Here and there, I be sketching some bullshit here and there.
How about you guys? Like from the start, you knew you wanted to get into content creating.
Fuck,
Actually, no, you were a Marine, right?
Yeah, my shit was all accidental. Like, I would say, because like I think I was so, when you're like, I feel like when you're on social media, like your view of the world is a little bit bigger, and you kind of see things that are going around,
Because you're just connected.
Yeah, I think for me, I was so like zoomed in. I would say probably technically my first inspiration was probably Joe, because he sent me the video of you drawing on the eyeballs.
Yeah.
I flipped the camera.
I remember
So
that.
I don't even know what entertainment was. Like I was so oblivious. I didn't even know that there were no Asians on TV.
Almost became a doctor, bro.
I
I know. I pulled him out. I was like, "What the hell are you doing? You're not a doctor."
Pulled him out the Matrix.
Yeah, I was so zoomed in that I didn't know any of that stuff existed. And so when he sent me that video, I just thought it was a video, so I went to go record Uncle Sam Gets Jacked just to only send to him.
Yeah, and we would just go back and forth.
So I thought we're just sending stupid things back and forth until like we started getting comments and views, and then so it started zooming out more.
Yeah.
And I
Oh wait,
was
so you
like,
didn't know it was public?
I didn't know.
We were using it like Vimeo.
Yeah.
Like sharing video.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like we had I don't know if you know, like back in the like Photo Bucket. Like on if you wanted to customize your MySpace or whatever, you can't just upload a picture.
Yeah.
You got to go to some other thing and then get that HTML code and copy and paste.
IMG SRC, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought YouTube was Photo Bucket for videos, so I would just send them videos like that.
Bro, it feels so ancient. Back then, YouTube wasn't monetizable. This was 2007 all the way. I think 2008 is when they rolled it out. Or
I want to say
Oh,
probably
8.
9, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember you had to be invited, and they were just testing it out. But when we all first started, it was just a stepping stone. Like most people used YouTube because they just wanted to mess around or like do random things. Everyone has different stories, right? Like I was lonely, I wanted friends. I just wanted to do stupid videos.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't till a little bit later on where you saw like Michelle Phan and Ryan Higa and Yahoo did this article of like these guys are making $1 million or 100,000. I think it was like less than that. It was like a couple
Probably way less.
100,000.
Yeah.
But we were just like, you could make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same shit. When I started uploading YouTube videos, it was because I was just wanting to put videos on my MySpace for my MySpace homies to laugh at, you know? Because me and PD Flow and the homies, we were making little short, like, stupid films, submitting them to different film festivals, online film festivals, right? But his website, like, ran out of bandwidth.
Oh, shit.
And then one day, someone posted a bulletin on MySpace. It was like, LOL, look at these white girls dancing to Laffy Taffy, right? So I clicked on it, and I was like, okay, that's funny. But I was like, yo, this website, anybody can post a video from your phone, and it'll give you a code to put on your MySpace? That's crazy. Yeah. So then I was like, yo, PD Flow, let's put our shit on here. You don't have to worry about your website. So I started putting little bullshit from my webcam, like freestyling or doing impressions or whatever, just for the homies. And then, I accidentally kissed this thing. Ugh. Just for the homies. And then I started getting views and comments. I was like, okay, this could be something, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So it took me a while to like zoom out and then go. Like I didn't even know what me and Joe were doing was considered like comedy. I just knew we were doing stuff that made each other laugh.
It's just funny to you guys.
It was just for fun, and it was just like from the heart too.
Yeah, it was just fun, and then we're just like imitating the characters like that we saw, and then eventually when we started creating like actual Just Kidding films, that's when I started realizing, oh shit, we're actually doing some sort of art form.
Yeah.
And then that's when we started like taking classes and stuff and trying to like really
like
up.
hone in.
Yeah.
Did you guys get made fun of by your friends when you first started? Because it was so like the
fuck
shit
yeah,
that you guys
dude.
did, like
I could
no
imagine
one,
that,
like
But also, we did it to make them laugh.
okay,
Because we're doing
True.
comedy, we're doing
Yeah.
stupid stuff,
Yeah.
but also like I don't know, the people that back then everything you did, everyone called you gay,
Yeah.
and for us we were just like I don't care because everyone I don't know, man, it was a different time. you
yeah,
know?
it was.
I was lucky. My good homies and still my homies to this day. We were
They're all famous now.
We were all trying to
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
same shit.
Word,
so
okay,
everybody
okay.
was super supportive. But when I be at work at like, I don't know, when I was slanging pizzas at California Pizza Kitchen, and someone be like, I saw your video, I'd be like, oh God, what did you see? Which one? Oh my God, what was I talking about? Or if I'm like sometimes you be at a kickback and someone will put on one of your parties, I'm like, ugh, I'm gonna leave the room. That's just awkward. Actually, to this day, if someone puts on one of my videos at a function, I'm like, ugh.
Really?
Yeah,
To this day?
it's awkward for me. I don't like being in the room when people are watching my
What
shit.
about your podcast?
Still,
Same thing.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
I'm like,
Do you
yeah.
like listening to your own voice?
I
or
don't
not?
like being in the room where people are watching me because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, oh, watch this part. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I get that. I
I'm
get
funny
that.
right here. Watch this.
You know what's the worst? You know what's the worst? So Gio's brother,
Yeah.
he loves playing our old videos when we have a get together, and it's all Mexicans. A bunch of like cholos and shit, and then me and Joe have these fucking outfits like Uncle Sam, Uncle Chin, and we're like fucking parodying like Usher or some shit, and he's just playing it on full blast, and I'm like, mother, fucker.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
And that was like your main like what do you call this roles that you played, like the cholo.
Yeah,
you know?
but it's got us a lot of crazy access. Like one of
Yeah,
our
yeah.
biggest fans was this. He was a stuntman for like all these movies, and one day he just said, "We're gonna watch a UFC fight."
Yeah.
This was right when we just started making those stupid videos on YouTube, and we were like around major celebs, and me and Bart were just like, "Oh my God, how do I want a picture with them, but I feel like I should take a picture with them," and then he was out there like bringing everyone into his bedroom watching JK stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Word.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
is
because
crazy.
you never know who's watching
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Who's fucking bored.
I remember a mom came up to us. And
Yeah, that was the craziest moment.
She had a son, and the son didn't know about it. He's like, who the fuck is this? But the mom, old as hell, like, yo, I know these guys.
Gave the phone camera
Wow.
to her son. Yo, can you take a picture of us?
yeah.
Let me tell y'all this, man. We've been doing this shit for a long time, right?
Yeah.
This is my fucking 17th year on YouTube, right? Yeah, my channel
when did you
now.
start?
2006. Yeah. So
It's
just
16.
in September, it'll be my 17th year with that channel. And so I got a lot of people who watched me when they were in elementary school, high school, who got kids now. They're like, hey, man, you helped me get through like high school. I watched you do in college and this and that. Or be like, oh my God, I remember I had the biggest crush on you before when I was in junior high. I just graduated college. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That's weird. I'm old as shit. When did this happen? You know, you forget. Because I feel like we're so just always kind of cranking out content.
Yeah.
It's almost like a blur. Like I look back on now, especially the super popping, like the golden age of the YouTube shit when we were like getting booked for all these shows and we were traveling and we were doing all this shit. I'm like, this is like a completely different life. It feels, you know. It's kind of crazy to look back because I was like, you know, like a year and a half, I was just turning up every week at some random club and just traveling the world. And now I'm like, oh man, with these 2 babies, like, oh fuck, I can't even meet the homies for sushi, you know.
So say if your daughter said, "Oh, Dad, I want to do YouTube," and say Taika wants to do YouTube, are you guys like, since you guys know all the stuff that goes behind the scenes, how hard it is, would you recommend it or like?
I'm 100% whatever he wants to do. Because I'm not like closed-minded like my parents were. So like I know that anything is possible as long as you work hard and you have like the good habits. Yeah. And what's crazy is at his young age, he's technically born into it. Yeah. So I don't think he knows another life. Like he can, like now, like you know when you start getting a little bit more fame, you kind of you have this radar for the eye. You know, where you look at someone like, oh, that guy was gonna want a picture in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Taika has the eye.
Wow.
Really? He'll literally go, hey, Dad, he wants to take a picture.
No,
That's crazy.
Because he's used to it. And what's crazy is he'll like smile for the camera too. Like he knows he's gonna be in the picture. So I don't think he can
He's media
process.
trained.
Yeah, he can't process that like maybe his dad's famous or the family's famous because of the vlog or whatever.
That's his world.
But that's his world. His world is, for some reason, a lot of people know who we are.
Yeah, I think, you know, for Veda, you know, I think it's a little different for guys and girls in the space, right? I want to make sure I raise a super confident, don't give a fuck ass girl. Because to be in this space, you know, people are mean.
It's toxic too.
I think even us, like, we don't give a fuck now, but like,
Hurt sometimes.
especially remember in the beginning when you first started, when you would hit like a most viewed page or some shit like that, and then you get the influx of new people who don't know who you are, so they just talking shit,
I'm calling out
and you're
people
like,
to fight.
yo,
I wanted to fight all of
we used
them.
we used to reply to everybody like, you know,
still do.
replying. Look,
3
it's
burner
funny.
accounts.
I be trying to preach like,
straight
you
up.
guys, you know what? You can't waste your time worrying about what some random kid in Wyoming thinks. But sometimes I'll be in bed with Chia, I'll be scrolling, I read a comment, I'm like, take my laptop out. Hold on a second, baby. Let me reply to this motherfucker real quick. I fucked your mom. You know, and it happens, right? So I feel like a girl in the space, it's so much more you got to deal with, right? I think we learned to get tougher skin, but girls, you know, I think, you know, not only are people gonna attack who you are, they're gonna attack your body. You know,
there's a lot
physically,
more.
there's so much.
Yeah.
So I think I want to make sure she goes into it with some proper mental health if she's really trying to do that shit.
That's
you
a
know?
big thing right now too. Once ever since Instagram, social media got really popular, the rise of like Gen Z female suicide went up. Too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because it just fucks with the youth like crazy. I mean, like, you know, most of their worth is like in their looks, right?
Right.
I mean, like that's what society tells them.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't look like these girls. And I'm like, damn, that's so sad. They're all filters and AI, dude.
You want to hear some crazy shit, dog?
What happened?
Chia's nephew, I remember when he was like in high school, junior high, coming up, he told me, because, you know, he got little followers or whatever just from like, I put him in a vlog, whatever. So he told me that like now how it works when the kids are in school, you know, when we were in school, you were popular if you were, I don't know, funny, good looking, one of those. If people liked you, right? That type of shit. Sports person, right?
Like a jock.
Now, like a jock. Now, the most popular person, the one with the most likes, most followers.
Fact.
Yeah, no,
That's how they gauge
Does
it.
it matter what platform though? Because what if it's some shitty ass platform like it's some news
Truth?
stuff. Yeah,
Donald Trump?
Truth Social. I got a lot of followers on Truth Social.
No, but I think that's the future of social media, and that's the future of the generation. Is like it's always gonna be just clout now. It's
When did you
always
guys
just gonna be
graduate high
there.
school? When did you
Yeah.
guys graduate?
How old are you young buckos?
Well, I'm 23 right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
Not
graduated
that
at like
young.
18. Yeah. Honestly though, I think what do you guys think the future for social media is? Do you think it's gonna just get more like toxic? Do you think it's gonna get better? Like, what do you think about the climate right now?
I don't even know, dude.
You don't even know?
Because the way that I see it is like, I felt like, so I changed a bunch of different schools.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I was just a bad kid, so I got expelled a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
The sad part is I lost a bunch of friends and have to move from city to city.
Yeah.
But the cool part was I had a lot of reset buttons. You know, like I could be like, okay, this is who I was. This is the new person I'm gonna try to be. And I let's say that didn't work. I
You can fall back.
I can go and be someone else. You
Yeah.
know. But most people, they stay in the same city, same school, same friends all the time. So they're trying to work in this ecosystem of trying to develop who they are. And I think that's hard enough already. But now, if you have the layer of social media of like whether it's in a good way, like let's say you got into makeup early and you have this huge TikTok, or you could be the butt of the joke that goes viral too.
Yeah.
And you're that kid forever.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Not only at
Oh,
your school,
shit.
but all the schools. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like a lot of pressure.
You know, like the backpack kid.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
like everybody knows him as backpack kid, but like, and what? Like we don't even know his name. You know what I mean?
It's not Backpack Kid?
No, like his actual name.
Everyone knows the first name. Backpack.
Kid.
Like when you guys were in high school, was there like social? Like, did you guys? Like,
It was like that. It was like, yo, if you
Yeah,
had
like
a
the
certain
most
amount of followers, like
Yeah.
you're popular in high school.
So y'all
does
had-
it matter which one? Like, is it Twitter or YouTube
Instagram.
or Instagram?
It was
was the big
Instagram.
one.
Instagram's still the one too.
I
Yeah,
see.
I would say. And
Wow.
back then, like we weren't necessarily cool because we went to a prominently like white school.
White, yeah.
Yeah.
different kind of coolness.
Yeah.
You had to be
different.
Chad and a Brad.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
hockey boys. The hockey
The
boys.
hockey boys will get the
took
most
over.
pussy.
Interesting.
Facts.
Oh, Canadian. That's so Canadian of y'all.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So we kind of had to make our own group of friends and then like our own culture and then
Naturally,
like
yeah,
we
yeah.
have to show how cool we are on our side, you know.
Yeah, Taika, I think has 200,000 followers, but I don't think his friends give a fuck.
He's still young though. Yeah. But do you think that's gonna affect him when he's older? For sure.
You're gonna give him that account because you basically
It's like
invested.
a memories account. Yeah.
And then he could take over that account.
That's so
Automatic
funny.
popularity.
He
If
could
he wants
start
to.
with the fucking jump start.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like, that's so funny, dog. Like a savings account of followers.
There's no more money, just followers.
That's crazy.
But it's all the pictures I chose.
Yeah.
okay.
So?
No, he might be embarrassed.
Oh.
Like, you got my bad angle, Dad.
Why are you taking those pictures? I'm like, those are the ones I like.
Yo, but coming up like as like younger creators, did you guys start to get like an ego or start to see yourself in a different light?
I think everyone does.
Everyone does, right?
Everyone, especially young. I mean, when you're young, man, like you think you know everything, bro.
Facts.
Because like it's a way to just kind of test your hypothesis. Like being like when you're 20, you might have a high belief in yourself. And the world just doesn't know it yet, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're really like, I believe I can do this, but I haven't done it yet. So let me go out there and prove myself. And while you're proving yourself, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You might say the wrong things. You might hurt, people that you care about, whatever. But that's how you become a man. In my opinion, you test all of those thoughts. And then you see if you stepped out of the line or you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know that many people that are humble when they're 20.
Exactly.
And then if they are, they're like fake humble. And it's like, what? That kind of happens with you making mistakes. But I think like the way you execute it is different, right? Like Tim's always been a positive, kind person. And he's always been like a good dude where I haven't seen him with this big ego. But if he does have an ego, it's because he's so positive he thinks he can do everything. Right?
So it's
I like to
hard.
keep the line of delusion and reality. I like to keep it right there teetering. You feel me? I think you need a little bit of delusion to really keep going in this shit. Because the whole world is gonna tell you ain't shit and you're wasting your time. You gotta be like, nah, y'all are dumb.
Right.
I'm gonna make this shit happen.
That's
But-
a good amount of ego.
And here's why I feel like where we were able, like us specifically, were able to
Yeah.
survive so long in this space, right? Because I feel like even without the internet shit and without the clout and the likes, we've all kind of been like pretty confident people in our lives, okay? I don't know you guys' like young history, but I think, we're never really like nerdy pushover people, right? I think some guys that fuck up in the social media atmosphere are dudes that were lame or like felt picked on, insecure, and then they get some likes and some clout,
Right.
and now they're like, oh, I'm the shit now because
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
this.
They
never had it,
So
yeah.
it's like a false sense of
Yeah, yeah,
confidence.
It's like a different identity now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they get fucking,
right.
they got some money, they're buying clothes that they think is dope, and they think girls should be on their dick when they're still lame. So now they got money, they got followers, but they're still fucking lonely and sad,
Yep.
and then they get depressed because they're like, I'm still not happy. you
Yeah.
know?
And I think,
That's that wisdom though. That's so true.
yeah, and I think for us three too, we kind of just kept it real, like to who we were. Whereas I think a lot of people, they see someone else's success, so they try to like mimic that or mirror that, but that might not be them. So I do see a lot of people too, where if you follow something and you're writing and it's going good, you're happy because you're reaping the benefits. But then if that thing doesn't fit the algorithm anymore, now you're like, I'm making content that's not me,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
also
yeah.
sucking.
Mhm.
Versus with us, I think like whether or not we have the views of like 2015 or the views we have now, we're happy making the content the whole time.
Mhm.
So that's why you don't guys like get creative burnout, or have you?
Or not as much
No.
as
Not
some
as
of our
much?
peers, I would
Right.
say.
Yeah, I mean, this space attracts a lot of interesting people, right?
Oh,
Entertainment,
for sure.
like
Yeah.
you got to be a little bit crazy
Yeah.
to like entertainment,
Yeah.
because we all think we can entertain. That in itself is already kind of egotistical. We're like, we're more interesting. That's why we should
Yeah,
bring this
Yeah,
out.
you
That's
have to
why y'all
have
should
that.
watch
You
it.
have to have it, right? But I do think the reasons why people get into this space is different, right? Some people get in because they're lonely, or they want to be famous, or they want whatever. I always like the people that go into a space because they have a purpose or a skill. Like, we got into the space because I saw a need in the Asian community. It was like, yo, man, our comedy isn't being represented, and I just want to have a good time. And also, I had another mission during that time because Asian kids had this weird self-belief of like, we can't do entertainment, we can't get fit, we can't. There was so much negativity.
We can't get fit.
Bro, we would go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
And it would be like hella buff ass Asians because where we lived.
Yeah.
But then you would talk to everybody in high school during that time, and they had this weird idea that Asian men couldn't get fit.
They just had to
It's
be
like a
skinny.
stereotype.
They,
Weird.
No,
Yeah,
it was
I
like
thought
a
it was a myth or
self-defeating
something weird.
belief. Now that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But there were these weird racist self-hatred beliefs
Yeah.
that
Damn.
I was like, where does this shit come from? They're like, yeah, I'm not good at talented stuff because I'm Asian. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I don't know, because I grew up in a creative family. My parents are musicians.
Yeah.
That was a normal job to me, like teaching music, whatever. That's normal. And then I started hearing these stereotypes like, oh, you know how Asians are all lawyers, doctors, and engineers? And I'm like, where? Not my friends and family.
Oh yeah, or I'm awkward around girls because I'm Asian.
I'm
Like,
Asian.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
And I just started hearing this shit, and I'm all like, where does this come from? And that's when we were like, we just need to make comedy and stuff and tell stories about the people that we know, because like we got to change the perspective and thoughts.
I mean, that's why like representation is so important, right?
True.
I mean, like I feel like a lot of people say that now, but like you said, one of the main reasons I got into this shit too was, I loved the Fresh Prince growing up.
Yeah.
And I've told the story a million times, but like I was watching the Fresh Prince, and the first time I ever saw Asian dude on there was this episode where Carlton's tuxedo shrank, and he had to wear like a little like lame baby blue tux, and he was at the dance, and a group of nerds walked up, and the Asian dude, first Asian dude I ever saw in the Fresh Prince, nerdy Asian dude was like, "Hey Carlton, nice tux," and I remember thinking like, this is the first time I've ever seen an Asian dude on the Fresh Prince or on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I grew up around all types of Asian dudes. I know
Yeah.
we're not all like this, but for people that don't grow up around Asian dudes, this is the first time they've ever seen a young
'Cause
Asian
that's
guy.
all they're fed,
That's
yo.
all they're fed. That's all they're
Yeah.
gonna think of when they think of Asian dudes. I'm like, okay, that's not me. We need to get out there and like show that there's more to us than that. You know what I'm saying?
So that's something that still drives you to this day then?
Yeah, for sure.
To make content.
Yeah, 100%. Because I feel like even though a lot's changed over the years,
We've been winning Oscars and
we've
shit.
been winning Oscars and
Yeah,
shit, but I feel like
holy
we
shit.
just started
We
winning
just
Oscars
started,
and
yeah.
shit.
Just started. Yeah, that's right.
There's still like a lot, and we've been getting cast as like just sexy Asian dudes, which is nice. Like just sexy dudes in different shows. I'm like, oh, that's lit. Yeah, objectify that man. That's tight.
Yeah.
I think there's still a lot to be done. I think one thing that kind of bugs me is that that's why I love Everything Everywhere All at Once, because it was like goofier almost, but still dope. I think a lot of the Asian movies that have been winning awards and stuff, they're so serious and so sad. I'm like,
Yo, Asian people are dark, bro.
I'm like, do we have to
Yo,
be
I
sad
know,
all the
bro.
time?
Like Parasite.
They're so
Parasite.
serious.
It's like dramatic.
No, they're so
Like,
lit.
Yeah,
Parasite was sick though. Yeah.
You know who's killing it though? Korean cinema.
Oh yeah,
going
Korean
through-
cinema's crazy.
It's a golden era, bro, because they have like comedy. They have so much. They just have good content. I think there is the Asian American experience. I feel like there is a chip on their shoulder. There's a bit of like darkness, and I know what you're talking about. It's so serious. Like, why is it so dramatic? Maybe they got to go through that. But I don't know. I love comedy, and that's always my mind and how I operate. But I think my original passion was that about the community and things like that. And then as I started to have non-Asian fans, like it used to be like 90% Asian fans.
Yeah.
Now it's like 50.
Word. Yeah.
Like we have because also we have a multicultural like group,
That's very true.
right, and we're all like with non-Asians, and like it's just everything's just mixed. And I was like, at one point I thought it was about representation, but then it got to this place where it felt like limitation, like where I'm not including everybody.
Limitation.
Right? And it felt like, yo, I have this white fan, or like I have this Mexican fan, or like, do they feel left out because I'm just doing only Asian stuff for Asian people? And I was like, well, I'm American, and also like I have all these different cultures around me that I want to represent for them too. But maybe it's not about culture. Maybe it's just about the human experience. And that's kind of where I got to. It's like, how do you boil it down to like, now in the beginning, it was about trying to shape and influence and kind of motivate the young self-defeating Asian minds. Now the next level is like, okay, I see young males not really getting attention. Everything is about young female and the LGBTQ, right? And then almost like it's a stain to be a male. Like they don't like masculinity. They don't like just traditional stuff, which I argue might be kind of good for men. But there's like all this stuff going on right now, and I'm all like, what about that? Like, regardless of culture.
Yeah, regardless of culture, just
people
what in general.
What are the things that kind of where people need help, and then just kind of focus there and use comedy as a way to like change people's perspectives.
What are y'all trying to do? Like, is this like you love podcasting and it's your main shit, or like
honestly, just I love storytelling.
I
love
think, storytelling
just
for
thinking
sure.
differently. My biggest like message with Jumpers Jump is just to make people think differently and don't be so shy about like having your thoughts out. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people like, oh shit, that's cringe, bro. You shouldn't be posting. Fuck that. Why can't I just speak my mind?
That's
Can't just
dumb.
be myself?
I hate that comment. When it like cringe, I'm like, where? Who's cringing at this?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
But it's not cringe until you blow up and you're famous now.
And
that's when,
what cheeses me the most, bro, is we get comments sometimes, especially in Toronto.
Yeah.
Whenever Toronto, like, I guess IG accounts post us.
Okay.
The comments are like, "Why are these guys so excited? What the fuck?
I didn't
We
know it
can't,
was
we
that.
can't be excited."
Yeah.
Man, they're hating on being excited, being happy.
Interesting.
It's
That's one
bullshit.
thing I wanted to ask y'all. So Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
Most of my employees Gen Z. Like
Okay.
we've been hiring a lot because I have a matcha tea shop in Hawaii.
Mm.
And what I noticed is that like Gen Z, expressionless. Stereotypically.
What do you mean by that?
So like not you guys, but like
Oh.
very little like it's like they're very chill. It's the best way
Because,
I can explain.
Like it's not cool to be happy and excited.
Yeah, no.
No, man. It's
No,
just,
that's it right
it's
there.
just like
Yeah.
they don't. The social skills is different.
Yeah.
Like they don't high five and shit.
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
Now, not everyone, but what I've been noticing is like in interviews and stuff like that, they're very quiet. They're like one-worded answers. No like
Like they're like toned down or something.
tone
right? Like
down,
lukewarm.
bro. And then some guys would take like 3 minutes to answer a question and just say like one word. And I'm like, I get some people could be shy, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Is it a thing?
I don't know if that's a generational thing. I feel like I know, just coming up, seeing people in interviews that were just trying to be cool, so they're not excited. You know what I'm saying?
I hate when that happens too.
Yeah, I think
But they're
like
not acting cool. They're just they're taking it serious, but they're so scared.
Just super mellow. Like
or maybe it's the drugs. Maybe it's all the
No, they're good kids.
fentanyl.
I'm
All high,
straight.
bro.
I don't know what it is, man.
Do you think technology is fucking us up?
It could be.
Is
could
it
be
fucking y'all
COVID.
up?
It
Because
could
it's
be-
COVID
fucking
fucked
us
us
up
up
for
too.
sure.
Yeah.
I do think. I think it's fucking up a lot of things because you got like people aren't hanging out as much.
Yeah.
You know, like social media, like people are like connect. I mean, it's the stereotypical two people sitting next to each other, but
And then
they're
just on their
texting, right?
phone, yeah.
And then maybe people that are consumed by porn and they don't have a healthy sex life.
Oh, but it's so tasty though.
Tasty. Yeah, I just think like there's like we have a lot of stuff in this generation at our fingertips.
Yeah.
It's up to us to like maintain that balance. But I've seen people like look at like pictures of nature and that's enough. I'm like,
Word.
you need to go outside and get some sun or something.
But it's
you know?
cold.
Nah.
It's cold out there, bud.
Yeah.
No, but I think in this generation, it's weird to go out your way and try stuff, and it's kind of weird to support that too. If you support someone, someone's gonna say, "Oh, you're a dick rider."
You're a dick rider.
You're a dick
Yeah,
rider.
it's so stupid,
Get off his
bro.
dick.
Silly.
What?
People are
So
like,
you're-
yo, you're dick riding,
Yeah.
you're dick riding.
So we're
Yeah,
not supposed to support our friends no more.
So you can't have fans.
Yeah. You can't, like apparently you can't have fans.
Really?
now.
You can't support people. You're a dick rider. You can't be too happy. You're corny.
You're
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
You can't be too excited. What the fuck?
You just can't be yourself no more, bro.
Yeah. And then that's the culture like we're trying to defeat.
Yeah.
Because we're the opposite of that, and we're just trying to show that side.
I guess that's what I'm trying to point out. Is like there are a lot of people that try to be too chill, like too unmotivated, too lazy.
Yeah.
But that's not the word. Like it's.
I feel like it's
weird.
boring.
Yeah,
like
it is
you want to
boring.
live your life like that.
But is Gen Z like that? It's like super. It's like a chill
Yeah.
generation.
I want to.
If you do too much, you're doing too much. Like if you're just supposed to be like, oh, whatever.
But obviously, people fuck with you guys and your energy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
your
yeah.
shit's going well.
No, that's the main thing. Is like if we're gonna come here and talk to you guys, we're not gonna be sitting down like this.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you guys are
Yeah.
idols. We're gonna be
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
bring the energy.
I think that's what it is. It's their talk. It's how they speak. It's monotone. It's chill. It's
Yeah.
low energy. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Wow, you old.
Do you also
Maybe.
think
I'm too excited.
that's how every generation views the other generation? You know, Kevin Hart had that one like bit where he's talking about, was it his uncle, where he was like, say it from your chest.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Say it with your chest.
Is it like
Probably.
every generation, like you get the confidence, and so now you're like more expressive, you're bold, you're like, it's okay to just put something out there, and if it's wrong, I'm sorry. You know,
I think that's different though. That was about just him not saying it like strong enough, him just being weak. Like this is about people being too cool. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think it's like a little different. So you're wrong.
Even like celebrities, I want to say too, because y'all are cool, like meeting you, but I can tell there's some influencers that they'll treat you like, he's a fan. Like you can't be a fan. Like what the fuck?
It's a lot of people that think
I
they're too
fanboy
cool.
all day. I don't care.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, you know what? I try to like. I'll only fanboy sometimes. I think being in LA, you kind of do sometimes have this attitude, or you feel like I don't want to look like a groupie in front of the dude when we're like at an event or you're at a party.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be that one guy that's there and it's like, yo, can I take a selfie when everyone's
Yeah.
when we're supposed to be turning like, no, yeah, no, I'm just there with Kevin Hart. It's whatever. I'm not gonna ask him no selfie.
I get that's
You know?
true. It does make it awkward.
Yeah. 'Cause
it's
you don't
like
wanna
we're
be
having
that
a
guy.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true.
But do you think that's just LA? It might just be LA because we just came here and then like it kind of gives off that vibe a little bit.
It could be just the whole Hollywood entertainment culture
Yeah.
where you don't want to be too cool because you do know that like clout does help, but you don't want it to make it seem like you're there for the clout.
Yeah.
So it's just like this fine balance.
It's like a fine line.
Yeah,
you have to know how to ride it.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy where it's like Steven Spielberg's like, hey, I have a spot. And like, oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check my schedule. Even though inside you're like, fuck yeah, you know, it's like it's weird.
Yeah.
No, because we were at WrestleMania and we had seats
hell
over
yeah.
to the right, and then I looked to my left. I was like, "Yo, Carlos, is that Gina?"
Yeah,
Like, Gina Darling was like
Oh.
with the thing. I was like, I don't know if I want to like. This is kind of she's with her man, you know. I don't want to go up to her and be like that fanboy. But
Oh no, she would have loved it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. She was out there taking pictures, like posing in front of us.
So, if you were like our age coming up in the industry right now,
Oh, right now.
23?
what's some advice or what would y'all do?
Well, let's see. I'm 25 now, so
Just 2 years back.
yeah, a couple years ago.
Well, for me, I blew,
Well, I'm 17
I
right
blew
now.
money. I blew money like a rock star.
Did you?
Mm.
And you regret it?
Shit.
We
Did
didn't
you
have
need that, though?
mentors.
Did you need that though? Because
What do you
I feel like that's something maybe people need. Like for me, I knew in high school I had to spend my whole paycheck to realize the value of money.
I still don't know, bro.
Really?
I'm just, I don't know. It's just a fun part of who I am. But I would say, right now there's so much information financially, and like what you guys are doing is a business. As much as you hate being an entrepreneur, you are one, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And we had to we had books, we had very little mentors, so we made a lot of mistakes. So I would say like, structure yourself out and understand like you can kind of like have a savings ready, have things like or else you're gonna have to constantly work, and you're never gonna be able to retire.
Dude, that's so true. Because I remember like watching like those sports documentaries.
Yeah.
And I would watch like these NFL football players, like they have millions, and then they're like homeless or they blew it. I'm like, man, you guys stupid. And then
And you
getting
got
into
you know,
it.
when we start getting into money,
Yeah.
and when you're in it, you think the wave goes like this nonstop.
Yeah.
And then the moment it goes like this, right, it comes down, but then your expenses are still high.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you do, I mean, we're Asian, so we do the math fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, I can totally see
Yeah.
what happens, you know, because you keep spending. So like every time we would go out, we would just everyone order everything. It's totally fine, and it's easy for like a bill to come out to like $300, $500, maybe even $1,000 sometimes. And then you have like 3 cars or whatever, and you pay for this, you pay for that. Oh yeah, I'll cover my uncle's cell phone bill, my mom's cell, like everyone's cell phone bill, and then now your expenses are like crazy, right? And then you start to not make as much money, and it starts coming down, and you still have all those things, and it's hard to tell your relatives, hey, I'm not gonna do this for you anymore. I'm not gonna do this anymore. So like, I think, like what he was saying, being able to put a little bit of money away for the future, as if you're not gonna make it, that's like probably one of the first things I would have started doing.
Yeah, man. I think to piggyback off that, as far as the money goes, right? It's like you really do need to keep a balance. You know what I'm saying? Because of course you're making some money, you want to spend a little bit, and you should spend a little bit for your taxes and shit, right? I think the issue that a lot of people have, like what we talked about earlier, the person that used to be lame and now they got a little clout and money, so they want to like stunt on everybody. It's like I know a lot of like these younger YouTube vloggers back in the day, or even like recent. You know, they'll spend mad money to have like, so they can vlog from a house in the hills, and they're leasing mad cars so they can be like, oh, check out my new spot vlog title. You know what I'm saying? Clickbait. Oh, I got a new. I'm pushing this and this and that, right? And then it's like, and they're like. People blowing mad money, like $5 to $10K for an apartment out here, and it doesn't make sense, right? But I think the key is to, I mean, for me, I was always a little paranoid about it, so I was always saving some money.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
But I think we all have that stage. And you know, I think it's fun too, where you want to stunt a little bit. You want to flex on people. Like we all had some like
we all had luxury cars,
driving the foreigns at one point, right? And at one point, it's like, for what? Like, who the fuck cares? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you have your fun. And I was doing my thing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stunt. I felt nice to pull up in front of a restaurant in the fucking Maserati or whatever. But then it's like, who cares? You know, who am I trying to show off for? You know.
So materialistic side, that doesn't even matter to you anymore, or does it? Because for me, I know like I was a huge sneakerhead back in the day. Yeah. And like I really, really wanted like a set lineup of kicks. Once I completed that lineup, I felt fucking depressed.
Really?
You had nothing to look forward to.
Nothing to look forward to. It's like you know, you have a video game, you get excited to play, you finish it, and like fuck, what's next?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I feel like guys are just big kids, you know.
Yeah.
Like we just our toy trucks become real trucks. You know what I mean? Like our water guns become real guns. Or like we just keep upgrading, right? I'm not like materialistic in the sense of like luxury brands and flossing and stuff, but I have my toys, right? We all have our toys. But I think for me, I wish I had mentors in the business sense, because I blew a lot on stupid decisions in business because I was just I was ignorant, right? But right now, you guys have a lot of people that are ahead of you when it comes to podcasting, entertainment, how they structured their media companies. It's even out like in the open. You can read about them or whatever. And I think that would have helped us a lot, big time.
Yeah. What about content-wise? You got any like advice for us content-wise?
You guys are crushing it better than us. You should give us. You guys give us advice.
What can we be doing better?
I saw you guys do the you're on TikTok now with the JK News.
Yeah.
Shout out you guys.
That's a
great
move.
move.
We don't even post it. Who does? Someone's doing it.
I mean, I feel like this. We touched on this earlier. I think you know, like we've been saying, the key is balance, right? Yeah, it's important to pay attention to, you know, what people are talking about, what's trending, like what's popular. But if you spend too much time focusing on like what people want and not what makes you happy, and you're always chasing that, you might get the views, but you're not gonna feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be sad.
I don't know if you ever went there to the deep end, but I feel like we started at a certain point, and at some point I wasn't doing any content that I wanted, but it was bringing in the views and the money. Yeah. And then I was doing that for like a year, and I was like, wait, why do we have all these channels? And I'm like, it was fun. Yeah. But is it fun after 2, 3, 4, 5 years of doing the same game? And I'm like, I know the viewers like it, but then I was like, I gotta do something different, man. Yeah.
When you guys were coming up, would you guys change anything? Because I know you guys were working on a movie. Did you guys go through with that or no?
That's one thing I guess looking back now that I would change is doing a movie was for sure one of like a big goal,
like the
for JK.
Yeah.
And I would say like when you first start doing something, you feel like you have to put out the perfect product. And so we were working so hard on this movie, we probably rewrote it like 4 or 5 times.
We wrote like 6, 7 different scripts too.
And by the time we go back, that opportunity is only gonna be there for this much.
Yeah.
So one of the producers that first hit us up, we had a rewrite. We finally went back, like that funding disappeared, so there's no longer for that movie is gone. You know, you can't do that movie. So what I realized is in the beginning I used to be like shit on people's like bad movies. I'm like, this movie's so shitty. Why they released that? Why they released that?
Yeah.
Or you see people's like earlier stuff and it's like kind of shitty. Now I understand. Like when this studio has this much money, it's for this window. So if you're not happy with the movie, fine, put it out.
At least you got it out.
You got it out.
least
You
you got it
grow
out.
a little bit, and now you have a working relationship with the studio. They'll grant the next couple more, and you'll get better because I think everyone wants to win an Oscar on the first one.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
And that's and that's what happened with us, where we had so many rewrites on just one movie, and we're trying to make it perfect, and then that opportunity's gone, and we would do a bunch more like that.
I would have to add, going back to that ego conversation. That's probably the ego that fucked us up. Where we wanted to crush it so hard that it prevented us from getting anything done. Because we're trying to make the perfect movie, right? So like I said earlier, we made 6 full scripts. We even we shot a pilot actually. Because we were like, you know what, maybe TV series is the way to get picked up. And then we did a whole series called Danger Boys.
COVID whooped our ass on that one.
Right. And right when we got it going, we were having studios like basically they're ready to buy it. We were touring with it, and then boom, COVID stopped. Everything stopped. Everything was just like done. And then the time passes. Like every single time, if you don't just jump on the opportunity, sometimes it's okay when you got B work, man. C work even. Just get it done.
Just get it done.
And
You already done so much, and you're on TV and stuff like that.
But I've been trying to write a movie for like 4 years.
Yeah, because the way the producers like table works is, we had Danger Boys, and we immediately when we put out the pilot, I think we got like booked for like 14 schools that wanted to screen it. One of our first ones that we went to was UC. Did you go to the UCI one?
No, I couldn't make it.
But 500 people showed up. It was like bursting at the seams, just to watch it, right? And so we're like, have crazy momentum. COVID hits, and then all the schools, of course, cancel because we have to be meeting people. But then also the networks, they don't know what's going to happen, so they have to use the money to finish filming the stuff they have in the works. And all the new projects that they were going to greenlight, they put to the side. And then so you would think, okay, cool, no worries. 2 years later, I'm gonna hit up the same producer and we'll just get the talks back. But by that time, Danger Boys is like 20 stacks down because scripts keep coming out. So that's the nature of the beast. Where I think a lot of times you're trying to make like the most perfect thing because you want to do like a mic drop project, right? Like JK. Right? But there's 1,000 mics coming down, you know. So you just gotta get one in there, and then And then
See, I have a dilemma, and I think Tim could relate to this too, because he does so much. You like act too. You were on Wild 'N Out.
Trying,
Yeah. And for me, like I started with streetwear first, and then obviously the podcast. And at one point, I was juggling it, and I'm like, shit, I want to do vlogs too. Shit, I want to do like I made my own board game. And then like shit, I started acting class. Like I'm doing so much at once, but coming from you guys, like, well, what's some advice for me? Because I feel like sometimes I spread myself thin, and that's what a lot of people say.
I don't know, man. I feel like if you can find the right balance,
Yeah.
then do all that shit, dog.
do all that-
This is a good time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're popping on like some TikTok shit, right? I think it's the perfect example of how you don't need to have a consistent formula anymore, really, because TikTok is so like all over the place. You know, I think a lot of us in the beginning with YouTube, right? People would have told you, or for me especially, like I struggled with, do I keep doing all this random shit I'm doing, or do I stick to one thing, right? For me, like I was doing the rap shit, I was doing the skits, I was doing DJ Ghettos, and I almost felt like it was so inconsistent that it was keeping me from really growing in subscriptions. And someone told me one time, they're like, you know what, look, for YouTube, here's the thing, right? You got to treat it like it's your kitchen cabinet. Like when you go to your kitchen cabinet every day to get cereal, you don't go there because you think, oh, I might have meatloaf in there one day, or I might have cereal in there one day. You keep on going back because you know there's cereal in there. And I'm like, fuck, maybe I should stick to one thing. But honestly, for me, I think the fact that I didn't just do one thing on my personal channel, I was still able to really like navigate the changing tides of YouTube. Because at the end of the day, people were still they were subscribed for me, even if it was like my skits or a Dude Like Ghetto. It was my personality, right?
Yeah.
I think for y'all, man, if you got a bunch of shit you want to do it.
Just do it, right?
You know?
Do you have ADD?
I don't know.
You
I
probably
actually
do.
don't
You're
know.
creative.
Because if you got ADD, I would say do everything.
Do everything.
Yeah.
Because I think
I am.
I think success actually comes from when you're aligned with who you naturally are. You know what I mean? So I think if you are I could do one thing, motherfucker, like a fucking sushi chef.
Yeah.
Then do that, right? You're
Yeah.
fucking looking at the fish and shit, and like that's who you are. But I got ADD like crazy,
Word.
and it actually helps me write an email if I'm looking at car parts at the same time. You know what I mean? Like I got like 3 tabs open.
Do what
that
excites you.
That actually helps me.
Yeah.
So I would say like that's long term, aligning yourself with who you are, like what your strengths are, and if that is like your acting class might make you a better podcaster, or your streetwear might inspire you to do a vlog about something, and sometimes it is that whole ecosystem, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, even when we were at the height of YouTube, we had like 4 channels. We had the sketch, we had the party, for the game show behind the scenes, we had news,
But you have
and
a
then we had
team,
Ask
though,
the Feels. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is you can do it with a team. Anything you want. Even right now, right? Like I'm running a boba shop, and he's running a gym, and on top of that, you know, we have personal channels. We're like able to sit down with you guys. We have JK News. He has a clothing brand, you know. So like, so whatever you get excited about, you can do it if you could create the system around it. So it's really about like finding all the things that take up your time that you can outsource or hire out. Start doing that. And then what if if in a perfect world, you probably just want to come in here and do what you're doing is just talk,
Exactly,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then what are you gonna, like, how long does this take? Like an hour or two, right? And then how many more hours do you got in your month? A ton?
Ton.
So you could do a bunch of other stuff. If you want to vlog, but you don't want to edit, you don't want to do all that, hire someone to record you. Or maybe you could just go around and then you dump the footage to your editor and they'll do all the stuff for you.
I need
Hire
that
a
too.
manager. You got a filmer and
You edit your own
and all
stuff?
that.
I edit my own vlogs.
Yeah.
See, there's a thing for me too, because I love being in charge of everything.
Yeah, me too.
I love being like, I'm the creative. Everything has to be my way. If somebody else does it another way, like I'm gonna get
That's
pissed off because
fine.
it's like, fuck, it's not in my light. You know?
100%. But then you learn how to train. So then you do it. You create the system. You figure out what the formula is to your system.
Yeah.
And then you get somebody that can edit close to what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, but man, sometimes I also feel like maybe I am doing too much.
That's forever the artist struggle, though. I think the artist struggle is always like, oh, that's cool. I got 30 TV shows out, but I don't have one Oscar. You know what I mean? That's forever.
It's gonna always be like
You got
that.
the Daniel Day-Lewis who's like,
Yeah.
I'm only an actor,
Right.
and it's just, I have an Oscar, right? Or you got the other dude that got 30 TV shows, and I think that's just always forever the struggle.
Bro, you know what I do now? Because I'm notorious for like starting new projects and just shiny new objects.
Yeah.
I have an end goal for every single thing I'm in, and I said I can't start a new hobby or a project or business unless I get it
Hit
to
the end
this
goal.
point.
That's what I need.
Yeah. So that's what I didn't do in the past. So I could beat one project up for like 10 years and then like never stop it.
Yeah.
And then I'll start up 20 other projects and be sucky at all of them, right? So then now I'm just like, all right, I need to get this to this amount, this price point, whatever. And then once I get it there, then I'm allowed to whatever.
That is something that like venture capitalists in like Silicon Valley, they built it into the startup system.
Oh, word?
So people that like, let's develop an app. They build the exit into the business plan. So this is what we're trying to do. This is what we're going to try to take it. And in 3 years, we'll revisit. 5 years, we'll revisit. And these are the tiers that unlock whatever. And they already plan all of that out. So it's almost like planning like a prenup.
Yeah.
Because who knows if this app is going to go forever? Is it going to be like Amazon where it goes for a long, long, long time? Or is it
never
something
know.
we just hit it and quit and we all make $1 billion and we're out?
I
So
was
that's actually really, really smart.
I was really trying to finish an album before this other baby came.
You
And
fucked
then-
up, though.
And then the baby
Got
came.
your priorities all mixed up, bro.
Or now you got baby sounds that you can put in the
Yeah,
album.
the
ad-libs.
ad-libs. You hit the ad-libs, bro.
True.
Timbaland used baby sounds.
Yeah, that's Yeah, I you know, you guys are right. I do need end goals because I've been trying to write this movie and do this album for like so long, but I'm always like,
Just pick one
Would you
and
do
then
musical and do both?
facts.
That's true. You could get 2 done at once.
Yeah, but now there's babies here. I don't have time for anything.
No, but you guys helped us indirectly too when we were gonna buy a new studio.
Oh,
so
shit.
money started coming in. You know, like Tim said, oh, we want to flex, we want to get this new studio. But I remember you guys saying, I think when you guys tried to move your set to a bigger studio, that was a mistake, right?
We wanted to be like, oh, we're gonna do so good. See, that's another ego move.
Yeah.
It's like you think the audience is gonna be impressed by this cool set.
It doesn't
whatever.
matter.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
care,
Doesn't
bro.
It's just the content that you produce. And we're filming out of his basement, just 2 of us cameras. We're like,
My bedroom. Dead
And
ass.
you lit.
yeah.
There, dude.
They just want to
Save
see
it,
your
save
pretty
it.
ass little faces,
One
bro.
of the biggest channels right now, at least in the fitness space. Do you guys know More Plates, More Dates?
No, I've
So
never.
he's the one that calls out if people are taking steroids or not. He's like very, very smart.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah,
He's
so-
just a webcam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shitty ass webcam. I don't even know what the fuck's behind him, like a vintage microwave or something. And he has like multiple businesses. He has a supplement line.
Damn.
He has a hormone therapy clinic.
Damn.
Like he's crushing it, right? And he was on Joe Rogan, and they asked him like, "Yo, so what's up with your setup? Like,
Yeah.
why you still like have this ghetto ass setup? And is it because to keep relatability?" He goes, "Exactly."
Yeah.
So he doesn't. He wears his old like stretched out shirt. It looked like he'd been sweating the last like 15 minutes. But it keeps why people love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also it doesn't hurt the piggy bank. You know, you can just keep
Facts.
the way it is.
Yeah.
Versus us, we dropped like fucking almost like $500,000 on that
Yeah, I
studio.
remember.
And you didn't even use it.
I know, dude.
Was that gonna be
It
JK
was
News?
fun. No. So we had this studio.
There was a
um,
business model behind it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So the whole we have a set side and an office side. The set side was probably like 10,000 square feet. It was pretty big. Half of it was for JK Party, which we did shoot.
Okay,
and
okay.
it was dope.
We used it.
Yeah, well, it was dope because it's actually big enough to like run across, so you can do
Yeah,
some
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
shit. The JK News side, I think it was too newsy. Like it didn't feel
It
like
didn't feel
like
comfy,
this,
yeah.
you know. And then so that one, it was like people, what the fuck is this? So we had to go back to our old set.
But originally, we were popping out channels left and right. We wanted to. A lot of the channels back then too, they were building out their own networks. Like
Yeah.
Smosh was doing
Yeah,
that, all that. So we wanted to create like our own network, and then have studios like here in Spotify. Like you just had a lot of different places to film and record. And then we wanted to build the company bigger until we realized, dude, like we're so spread thin. Do we want to continue doing this? So I think that was where like you gotta push yourself to see what your max capacity is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I think would kill for y'all still? Just kidding party. Cause look, I remember you guys were doing that. That shit went viral, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. People are doing that with like Cut or like Jubilee.
True.
Oh,
It's,
really?
it's technically the same thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
reason it's going viral right now and still blowing up and it's still such a big like genre of content is because people react to it on Twitch. So it's like the other side reacting to the other side, and then no matter what, it's still gonna get fed views.
Yeah.
Right?
Because people are still watching your videos to this day. Like,
Yeah, they're watching your old videos, bro.
Yeah. No, Just Kidding Party, I think it still gets like, what is it, like 1 million views or something
Yeah.
a month just by
Yeah,
itself.
people are
Really?
watching it. Yeah.
Cool.
They
So
just
wh-
wanna see
why
us
don't you
eat
guys revive that
cockroaches.
though?
So, like I said, like we started creating content because we just wanted to see which one is gonna hit.
yeah.
So, like, we got into this space to make sketches, but sketches don't pay the bills. So, Just Kidding Party was the behind the scenes and vlogs of the making of the skit.
Oh, okay.
And then we started doing challenges, like when the cinnamon challenge came
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
those
yeah,
did
yeah.
really well. And I was like, it'd be funny if we turned this into like a game show channel instead of a behind the scenes channel. So we started doing game shows and like adventures. And then films, we had to kill it because we're like, you know what? At the end of the day, like it costs so much. We've been producing a skit every Sunday for like 4 or 5 years straight. Every Sunday, no breaks.
Yeah.
And we built JK News as a way to like, hey, we need to fund JK Films.
That's
we
what
just,
it was.
And then so we created all these different concepts, just see what will work. Because we were trying to make sure everyone got paid a decent rate. Like we were just trying to see like, what's gonna work. You just don't know. Like, you're just testing everything.
Yeah.
And there's no model back then. There's no like method. Like right now, there's like, okay, you got your fitness industry method. You got your, vlogger or whatever, right? Back then, you just trying everything, hoping that something's gonna
Would
stick.
hit.
And you find which one.
And all of them started profiting. So it was like a cool thing where it was like, all of our ideas are working.
Yeah.
And then it's like we're too busy now working on stuff that we don't really want to. It was like a B project to only fund our passion. You know what I mean? And then it was like, oh shoot, but then the machine's going now and you can't stop.
You can't stop
And
it.
then the brand deals roll in and then you just can't refuse the
Yeah.
zeros because you're like, oh shoot.
Yeah, and then it also gets to a point where you spend more time as coworkers than you do as friends.
That's another
Oh,
thing.
And then also
word.
even relationships. Like a lot of our relations got hit so hard because we would be filming from like 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. like almost like every day. So other parts start to suffer, but I'm also glad we went through it because you got to kind of figure out where your limits are and where to dial it back down to kind of know what's the healthy balance, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, like, I'm hiring my homies or, like, I'm filming with my homies. And those are the main guests we have on the podcast,
Yeah.
actually.
All the
friends.
influencers that we had on our podcast do the worst.
People hate it, right?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
And then our just homies, they do numbers. It's crazy.
Yeah, because people just
Same
like
with
your guys'
JK.
chemistry. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, and you think, and that's the struggle I have with my podcast too.
Yeah.
Is that like I feel like I should get a guest in there to kind of like switch it up, maybe get some new eyes on there. But people are always like, ugh,
Yeah.
this person's whack. Can y'all just be you guys talking
that's
like
facts.
normal?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
we'll bring in some people like big ass following and does whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They come in, they sit like this. They're not
Oh
entertaining
my
at
God,
all.
bro.
Like,
Because most people don't know how to talk. Like,
Yeah.
They have millions of followers or whatever, but maybe they're just good at that one style of what they do.
that's not their thing.
But this is actually just being a human. And if you're not entertaining, telling stories, then it's like, yeah, it's not gonna work.
People don't know how to just talk without, feeling mad awkward sometimes, I think podcasting is people will sit with their homies and be like, we need a podcast.
Yeah. At one,
We should have a podcast. And then as soon as those mics come on, like this shit's awkward,
Yeah.
you know?
You know what?
bro.
What we realized too is like some people, they're like really popular. They're good at just talking by themselves, but not in a group.
Oh, I can see that.
'Cause they're not
I
used
can
to
see that.
sharing.
Like a vlogger or something.
Yeah, and they feel self-conscious if they're not filling the space with their words.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, am I doing enough? And it's like, dude, this is a group thing. Yeah. Like a group chat is like, this is one voice. We're an organism working together. And they're used to just like, sometimes stand-up comedians are like that too.
Really?
They feel hella self-conscious if they don't have the attention. Because they're used to being the only one speaking on stage, not sharing it.
Oh, because this is a different setting in general, yeah.
Dude, and they just dominate. They won't shut up. And we're just like, yo, is this a conversation? Or like what?
Are you
man?
doing a bit?
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Chill,
Oh,
bro. Let's
chill,
talk.
bro.
Yeah.
Man.
Shit.
Well, okay, one last question I have, because I'm running out of time here, but one last question. What's y'all's, like, end goal still?
End goal in life?
Yeah, like, what drives y'all? Because
Shit.
I always question that myself, like, with the podcast, what do I really, really want to do with this? Like,
Yeah.
what am I looking out of my career? And I'm just curious, like, like, in the future, if we end up like, y'all, like, what are you guys looking forward to?
I mean, for me, man, like I still kind of have the same goals as I did when I started out. Like at this point, I did some TV stuff, right? And I've done a couple like whack ass movies, but I'm trying to like take everything that I've done so far, elevate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on a cable show. While now I did that for some years. I would love to be on a ABC, NBC. You don't have to have cable to watch this shit show. You know what I'm saying? Like a ABC, NBC, like some type of scripted show, right?
Yeah.
I also, I'm trying to get this fucking movie done. I would love to, be in some like real ass movies. Like that's the goal for me. And I'm still, I'm still putting out music. I feel like if people fuck with the music, I'm still putting it out, and just that. Everything I'm doing now, but times 10, right?
Times 10, so just getting better at it.
Yeah.
Just getting better at it, okay.
And raise my children right.
Of
Yeah,
course.
facts.
I
yeah.
guess.
Facts.
If we want to talk about
like the
goals,
goals, yeah.
yeah, make my wife happy.
How about y'all?
Get a six pack.
I think for me, I realized that I'm like artist in a way where I do like creating. And I realized for me, I think I like creating when I feel free. So like kind of like with what we're talking about, we had all these channels And when you look at it from the outside, you're like, oh shit, these guys are creating like a motherfucker. Like I think one time I counted, like I was in maybe like 200 videos a month, like from fitness to vlog to all the JK talk. I was like, holy shit,
a month?
Yeah, a month. I was like, god damn. Like, I was just counting like how many videos I'm in.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, that's creating a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
But then I'm just plugged into a machine. Like each one of those channels are a machine. We have to meet a quota, or if we don't, the algorithm like fucks you, you know. So like now I realize I do enjoy being an artist and creating stuff, but I don't want to be tied into a machine. So for me, I think I want to create from like put myself in a position financially, like we're talking, like, kind of like ties everything full circle, where I can be in a place where I can create like purely for what I want to create. Yeah.
Regardless of just making money, regardless of like people thinking about your content, just doing what you want.
Yeah, so now at my age, in like I've been diving deep into like real estate finance and for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to slowly like leverage that so that I can be in a financial place where I can still kind of go back to my roots, but then now without having like the bills to pay. And, you know,
I was just gonna say, isn't that crazy that like we started off just bullshitting, making shit that we love, and now it's like we're grinding so hard to make money so that we can do that again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
It comes full circle. Shit.
It's like you make shit that you love when you're broke as fuck, and then you make money and you're not really making shit that you love, but it looks like you are.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cause they kind of stick you, like your audience sticks you to one thing, and then you have to keep running with that to make your bread. And fuck.
Yeah.
I guess it kills like the true artist in you, right?
Yeah, we got mortgages and shit now. It's our fault.
But it also makes you a better artist, I think. You know, and you kind of have to go through it.
balance.
Yeah, you kind of have to go through it to go, oh shit, like this is who I really am. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just
I
let,
realized that I'm actually like more of an entrepreneur, and just opening up a store and just doing more business.
Yeah.
It's like hella exciting, and it's kind of sadistic, but I like the feeling of starting over, of like
Wow,
being
yeah?
broke and then from nothing. I like fighting. Like it's like, to me it feels like I'm panicking every day and I'm in like war, but like now I gotta battle through business.
It gives a purpose, right?
No,
Yeah.
I feel that 100%.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I always tell people I worked hardest and was grinding my hardest when I was like broke and hungry.
Exactly.
You know, and then we
Yeah.
make a little bit of money, we
Now
get
you-
comfortable.
Exactly.
And we
Yeah.
don't feel the need to
Yeah.
work hard anymore, and you almost don't feel as fulfilled, right?
Yeah, because during COVID, I had the retired life. I was single. I did anything I wanted to. I had single friends that were like, "Yo, let's go here for a trip," and I'm like, as much as my heart wanted to, let's just hop around the world and snowboard, do whatever. And there was something missing. There was something that was like, oh, I thought this would be what I wanted. Because when you're busy working, you kind of like fantasize about like what life would be like if I had the freedom, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the freedom and you eat what you want, you do what you want, you sleep when you want, no one to answer to. And then to me, there was just something that was like lingering, like that was making me kind of sad.
It wasn't what you thought.
Yeah, and then I lost a ton of money on crypto, almost everything, bro. I got wiped out clean.
Fuck.
Just enough
Yeah.
to finish up the construction on my shop. And then
yeah.
I went in, and then something ignited in me that felt like I haven't been this hardworking and motivated and happy in a long time.
Wow.
And I was one of the most stressful, but it made me like awaken, like, oh fuck, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I like to fight, I like to work, I like to do a lot of stuff. And I think that's just like my goal is like I like to think about what I want to accomplish and just execute it while I have a fire under my butt telling me, you know, yeah. I can't do it while I'm comfortable. That's what I realized. If everything's too easy for me, then what ends up happening is there's nothing whipping me. Like there's nothing telling me that you need to do this.
Yeah.
So I rather just go play.
They say comfort is the enemy of progress.
I believe it now. Yeah.
Low key comfort is like almost depression. Like I remember I was chilling, just playing video games. Like fuck, I'm just super chilling.
Loser.
Yeah, but like I'm depressed. Like I'm not doing nothing. I feel like shit, and like there's nothing to look for. I think the scariest moment in my life. I feel like fuck. I kind of did what I wanted to do now, and I'm still in it, of course. But what's my next purpose?
Like the shoes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly,
Yeah.
just like that. And that shit, like it scares me.
Get all the pairs except for the last one.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Right?
Oh yeah.
It's like in
Just
GTA
leave
when
it
you have
there.
all the money and all the cheat codes.
like,
that's
what are you
just
gonna
not
do
fun.
now?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
That's
what are
just
you
not
gonna do
fun.
now?
Putting
Yeah.
cheat codes in the game and like fuck, this game sucks now.
Yeah.
Then you play Tetris, dog.
You switch up the game, Loki.
Start buying sandals. Start a sandal collection.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yes,
for
thank
coming
you
through.
guys,
Yeah,
bro.
thanks
This
for
means
having
so
us.
much to have you guys on. Like, y'all are for real, my heroes. And
thank you.
y'all,
We wouldn't be here right
we
now
wouldn't
without
be
you
here
guys.
without y'all. We
Thank
have
you,
to give
dude.
y'all your flowers.
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you very much.
And you know, hey, I appreciate
Much
you guys
appreciated.
for the flowers and for taking the time to show us love.
Yeah,
and like,
for sure.
I got nothing but respect for y'all for doing your thing and
Appreciate that.
as youngins, as the next generation.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you for the blessing, bro.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. So if we're ever back in LA, we'll hit you
Yes,
up. Like,
yeah.
if you want to
Come on,
collab or
JK
whatever.
News,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're always open, bro.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
For sure.
Thanks, guys.
Jump and jump
All
out.
right, jumpers jump out.
Jumper jump out.
Jumper
Yes.
jump out.
Jump.
This is recorded at Spotify Studio in LA.